Tulsi Gabbard, May 29, 2016, Democratic Party Hawaii Convention.
Thank you to all of you. Good morning. Thanks so much to all of you who worked so hard to put this convention together. I know it takes a tremendous amount of logistics and coordination and time and energy, and for all of you to take the time out on Memorial Day weekend because you care. Because you care about the future of our state and our country. I also, before I begin, just would like to share my heart and prayers and thoughts with my friend and colleague, Mark Takai. I know he wishes that he could be here with us. It's a reminder of the blessings that we have in life, all that is precious, and how little time we have, and how important it is to focus on what's most important. The differences, the changes, the positive impact that we're all working towards, and to make the most of the time that we have. Mark was there when I first was elected to the state legislature in 2002. He was chairman of the Higher Education Committee. I was his vice chair. Was there when I enlisted in the Hawaii Army National Guard on the floor of the House of Representatives. We served together during a deployment to Kuwait in 2009, and it's been truly a privilege to serve alongside him in the United States House of Representatives. So tomorrow we will be observing Memorial Day. It's a day when we honor those who have paid the ultimate price in service to our nation. And I want to talk a little bit about that here today. Focus on the cost of war. Focus on why these elections matter. On what's really at stake here for us. How critical it is that our next commander-in-chief have the foresight and judgment to know and make the right decision, that when it comes to using our military power, sometimes it may be necessary to use that power to defeat those who threaten us, groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda, but just as importantly, to have the courage and the judgment and foresight to make that decision, to know when it's not necessary to use that military power. Just an issue talking about the past, talking about the Iraq War, or talking about history. It's an issue that's important and relevant to us today. There are two wars that the United States is waging in Syria. The first is the war to defeat ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and other jihadist groups. It's a war we must take seriously and win. The second war is a counterproductive regime change war to overthrow the Syrian government of Assad. This is a war we must end. I want to talk about why. This war to overthrow the Syrian government of Assad is counterproductive because by waging yet again another regime change war, we are strengthening rather than weakening our enemy. And we're fueling a brutal civil war that has caused the deaths of hundreds of thousands of Syrians and produced millions of refugees. Yet as we speak, there are leaders in our country who are calling for an escalation of this war by implementing a no-fly zone. There is a reason why President Obama and the Pentagon strongly oppose this action. It would cost billions of dollars, require tens, if not hundreds of thousands of ground troops, as well as a massive U.S. air presence. And the first action to implement this no-fly zone would be to bomb Russian and Syrian anti-aircraft defense systems, leading us into a direct, violent confrontation between the world's two nuclear powers, U.S. and Russia. So some may ask, why is this important to us here in Hawaii? Why is this relevant to us here today? We have lost too many of our sons and daughters in these counterproductive interventionist wars. Friends of mine who were killed in Iraq. And in addition to this immeasurable high human cost of war, this is a core issue that's connected to every other issue we've heard talked about here today. Because the trillions of dollars that are spent on these wars have made it so we don't have adequate resources to invest in rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure, improving our education, protecting our environment, and strengthening our economy. We cannot afford to do both. And this is why it's important that we stand up. We let our voices be heard. We demand an end to this counterproductive war to overthrow the Syrian government of Assad, and let the world know that we will not be the party that supports overthrowing any dictator we want, acting as the world's police and pretending as if it's America's role to use military force to attempt to remake the world however we want it to be. About important issues like this, engaging in our democratic process. Many people here for the first time feeling empowered and recognizing that the true power in our democracy, the true power in this system lies in your hands. It lies in the hands of the people, and we see how we can bring about these changes. We can effect positive change when we, the people, stand up and let our voices be heard. It's been incredibly inspiring to me and continues to be to see this happen, to see our democracy in action. To recognize that if we focus on serving the people, rather than looking out for personal gain or one special interest over another, this is how we bring about the kind of change we need and want to see for our state and for our country.
Thank you so much, Tulsi. I've never been more proud to be an American.
In no uncertain terms, with no room for misunderstanding. Let the world hear our voices as Democrats, as Americans, to the huge corporations, to those pushing these disastrous trade deals, and to those advocating for special treatment, for special interests. We, the people, will not allow this to stand.
Yeah.
About others simply based on who we are, where we come from, how we may choose to worship God, or who we choose to love. We, the people, will not allow this to stand. And to those who are advocating for more unnecessary interventionist wars costing trillions of dollars, countless lives, and immeasurable human suffering, we, the people, will not allow this to stand.
Amen.
So this is our opportunity to let this be our defining moment, to rise above the political noise, to focus on the people, to stand together in the spirit of aloha. Let us stand together as servant leaders, leading and living with aloha in our actions, in our words, and in our hearts.
Amen.
Thank you for all that you do.
Oh, thank you.
Aloha.
Yeah! Thank you so much, Tulsi. Thank you. I've never been so proud to be an American. On behalf of my son Leo, my daughter Legacy, and my family, thank you.